Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today I want to take you along for a wardrobe care day, just some wardrobe maintenance like I do it every now and then. And first we have to start by just removing the things on top of my drawer because they don't actually belong there. But the things that I'm folding right now are things for a clothing swap, and if you're interested I can take you there with me. It's in just a few days and maybe I'll take my camera to film a bit. But these are clothes for my boyfriend, my son, that they don't need anymore, so I'm gonna bring them there. And also I have just some books that I have decluttered. And these two sweaters are the sweaters from my wardrobe that I'm thinking about decluttering. I just really don't need 6 sweaters, but since I haven't made a decision, they're on the drawer for now. And then to the actual work, the actual things I want to do today. The first thing I do is removing everything from my wardrobe, from my drawer where I keep all of my clothes. And I'm gonna link you the video where I try everything on and talk about all the pieces in my wardrobe, so you can watch that if you're interested. The next thing I'm gonna do is vacuuming the drawer. I think it's just something that can be done every now and then, that keeps a few dust crumbs and things out of the drawer. It just makes it better for my clothes to be in a nice environment and to keep clean while they are stored away. And then while putting everything back, I just want to make sure that everything is in its best condition. I take a look at all the pieces and see if they have holes, if there's something that needs to be fixed, if they have stains, or if they need to be washed because they smell bad. And I just make sure that everything is ready to go. For my underwear, that also means just taking a look at all the pieces, seeing if there are new elastic parts coming out, because that's a problem I'm facing with my underwear. I don't know why. Maybe I'm washing them too hot, or they're just not as good of quality that I like them to be. And so that's something that I'm doing with all my undies, just making sure they're in a good condition, because of course that's also something I'm wearing every single day. So I need them to be, to be good to work for me. And for the bralettes, I really need to buy new ones because they're kind of falling apart. But I'm still debating on the brand. And the same goes for the socks. I need to make sure that they don't have holes. And then moving on to the sweaters and all the other clothes, I just look if they have a lot of pilling, then I would remove that. I look if they have stains or if I need to wash them, and everything that's fine just goes back into the drawer. Now, my linen top is a thing. I should have used an overlocker or something like that to make the edges better, because now, since I did not do that, I have some loose threads and they are getting more and more because the fabric is kind of falling apart from the shirt. And so that is a problem that I'm facing, and for now I'm just going to remove the loose threads because otherwise I can't really wear it. But maybe I have to find another solution, or maybe I just didn't do it the best way possible. The next few things kind of were okay, and then moving on to the sweatpants, they really just do not have the best seams. Because they were made poorly, I really wanted to make sure that there were no holes, because I think that is the first area where they will break if they are gonna stay in my wardrobe for that long. So I just wanted to make sure that everything is still fine, because I think that's something that I might also be able to fix. So I just wanted to make sure that they are okay, or maybe find that I need to fix them already. And moving on to my jeans, well, they have several holes actually, and they are just, I think they have to go soon. And at the clothing swap, I want to take a look and just try to find a new pair of pants. I'm not sure yet if I want to have another pair of jeans. Then the next pants is my shorts, and I actually saw that they have a stain, so they need to be washed. And then that t-shirt, that had a stain as well that you can actually see in my wardrobe video, and it also just has some discoloration. That's just something that keeps happening, so from time to time I need to wash it by hand to actually make sure it's good, it has no stains anymore. And then the sweater that I'm wearing right now, I also want to wash. I do wash woolen sweaters by hand. So that's something that I'm gonna do today, and so I'm taking it off, also making sure that everything else looks fine. It does have some holes, and the parts at my elbows are getting thinner and thinner, but for now it's still good to wear, so I don't need to immediately do something right there. And because it's almost autumn here, I need to take another sweater because otherwise I would be too cold for the next few hours. And because I do not wash my woolen sweaters too much, they really only do need washing every few months or whenever they really are dirty or really smell bad, because usually it's enough to just hang them outside to clean themselves, kind of. So I just wanted to look up the best way to wash wool sweaters, because they are kind of tricky, or they have kind of a few things that they like and that they don't like, so they do not want to have harsh soaps. I have to make sure that I'm not felting them into a smaller size, so that's what I did next. And before I actually start washing them, I just wanted to clean the sink, because I will wash them in the sink. That's just the most practical place to do it. But I mean, I want to have a clean sink to wash my clothes, because I want them to get more clean and not more dirty. Just also making sure that all of the cleaner is removed again, because I do not want to wash my garments with bathroom cleaner. And the shorts, they just can go into the regular wash, so we'll start with the t-shirt. For that, I'm just gonna soak it in water and also soak it in soap. First, I'm gonna treat the spot where it was dirty, and next I'm just gonna actually also use soap on the whole thing. The problem is that I can clearly see like the color differences and where it's actually impacted by like body oils and things like that when it's dry, but whenever it's wet, it's not really possible anymore to tell where I need to wash it. And so my tactic is just washing it everywhere, covering it in soap, because I know that that is the only thing that helps. And then just massaging the soap into that t-shirt. And I know maybe it's a lot of soap, but that's just what works for me. If you have any tips for me, of course, let me know. And as you can see, like that t-shirt is fresh out of the washing machine, but there is still like the water. I mean, part of it maybe is the soap, but it looks very dirty. So I'm gonna rinse it, and you're actually not seeing every time I rinse that t-shirt, because I'm sure I did it about 7 times, because it just wouldn't get better. Or like, of course it gets a little bit better, but I am in awe of how much you can get out of a shirt when washing it by hand. And I think it's interesting because even if it's washed with the washing machine before, the water just still gets dirty. Or maybe, and that's also possible, part of it is not actually dirt, but part of it might be the color from the t-shirt itself, like the fabric dye. But I don't know. I'm gonna wring it out. I think that's okay for a t-shirt when done gently, just to remove as much water as possible. And then the next thing I'm gonna wash is my sweater, and here I'm really making sure that the water is not too warm, because sweaters really don't like wool sweaters really don't like warm water, because they would felt and shrink. I am gently trying to like massage the water in, making sure it's soaked, and a sweater like that can soak up so much water, it's incredible. And like that, I'm just gonna try to remove everything that might has entered that sweater during the past few months of wearing it. And I decided to still use some soap in the armpits where like the most sweat would have touched it, but otherwise I don't want to use soap because it's wool and because I don't want to felt it and because I think it's not necessary. I'm gonna soak it for a while to just be more gentle, and then again I'm just gonna massage the sweater, try to get as much like water in and out and try to get as much dirt out. And it really looks a bit disgusting. But again, part of it might be the dye, because it's the same as with the t-shirt. I did rinse it so many times, and every single time the water would still have this slightly yellow or brownish color, and it never really gets 100% clear. And rinsing that sweater over and over again is actually pretty exhausting. Like, it needs a lot of muscle too. It's similar to like bread dough kneading. It's just, yeah, it needs a lot of muscle to just massage the water out. Here I'm not going to wring out the sweater because that would really not be good for it, but I'm just going to gently press out all the water that I can. And what I also do is just let the water flow down to the bottom parts to press it out. What I also do with things that I wash by hand is rolling them into a towel. That just helps to squeeze out some extra water. And first I'm gonna take the t-shirt because it's less wet, and therefore I can use the towel afterwards to do the same with the sweater. That just really helps to make it dry a bit faster because I would never get it as dry as my washing machine does. So that's the more gentle way to dry it a bit faster. With the sweater, I did the same thing, but because it has like a lot more water in it, the towel was soaked right away. And what I also like to do with the sweater is just pulling it into the right shape. That's actually something you also do with knitted sweaters. You knit them and then you block them by making them into the right shape when they're wet and then letting them dry. And here I'm using just an extra towel to get some more water out before I'm gonna hang the pieces. I am gonna hang dry the sweater too, even though it maybe would be better to dry it flat, but actually that's just the easier way to do it. So I am hanging my t-shirt outside in the sun. I'm hanging the sweater before the t-shirt because I realized that the t-shirt sometimes does lose a bit of color if it's in the sun to dry for an extended period of time. And like that, I'm just gonna leave it to dry over the next day and night so that it can just hang in the wind and in the sunshine. And I am sure tomorrow it will be dried and I can put it back into my wardrobe. So it is the next day and everything is dry again. So the shirt, now that it's dry, I can actually see that the stain is gone. I'm very happy about that because I was a bit worried that I'm not gonna get it out. And also, I think there's no more like other stains or discoloration, so that's perfect. And my wool sweater is good to go too. It smells a bit like soap, but that's fine, or like, yeah, I don't know what it is, or like wool actually. I was really debating whether I should fix the holes this sweater has, like under in the armpit and the one that I burned into the sweater, but I do not have the right color of thread right now, or even like a thread that matches the sweater. And so I decided to just leave it for now, but at some point maybe I'm still gonna fix the holes. So here I'm just folding my pieces with the KonMari method. I know a lot of people don't like it or find it difficult or just don't think that it works for them. But for me, it does work for my drawer because I do keep my things in a drawer. And so I have adapted the KonMari method of folding. Maybe it's not like perfectly well done, maybe it's not the exact way it needs to be done, but like this I can get my clothes to fit into that drawer, so that's what I like doing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am gonna link you a video and also a playlist that you can watch if you want to and if you have time right now, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!